Unlike the Democrats, Republicans in Iowa tomorrow cannot vote for a second choice. But also unlike the Democrats, not a lot of Republicans seem to be happy with any other Republican's first choice.
Congratulations to Senator Barack Obama. He ran an excellent campaign in Iowa and won big. He deserves much credit. And congratulations to Governor Mike Huckabee. He also ran an excellent campaign. As for John Edwards, good grief. This guy has no clue. Edwards contends there are two Americas, one for the rich and the other for everybody else, and that everybody else is getting hosed. The fix is in. The economy's rigged. Talking Points doesn't believe that.
Yes, when asked how many years the U.S. will be in Iraq.
Maybe 100.
Is that
how long we've been in South Korea? We've been in Japan for 60 years.
And the robot husband? Well, they already have a prototype.
He's going to be suspending his campaign, having not won any of the primaries, placing second in Iowa. John Edwards.
Now, you admit to smoking pot in the book.
Not recently.
Not recently.
This is when I was in high school.
No, there it is. It just took a minute. Maybe his cheek had an itch. If it itches, scratch it. What do you think?
In March of 2006, I met with Obama, and he promised me face to face he would come on this program. But so far, he has not. Well, as of today, we are starting our Obama watch. It has now been 730 days, 13 hours, 53 minutes, and 10 seconds and counting since Obama agreed to be a guest on Fox News Sunday.
Okay, you're going to go with the 24 show clock graphic to remind people of the show whose main plot line was a terrorist trying to assassinate a black presidential candidate.
The first genuine controversy of the presidential campaign, the shocking news that Barack Obama doesn't wear an American flag lapel pin. So apparently he and America are no longer going steady.
Very busy show tonight. Coming up in just a few minutes, Fox has obtained video of Barack Obama's pastor making some controversial comments at the pulpit of his Chicago church.
Barack knows what it means to be a black man living in a country and a culture that is controlled by rich white people. Hillary can never know that. Hillary ain't never been called a nigger.
Reverend Wright's comments were not only wrong, but divisive. And I suppose the politically safe thing to do would be to move on from this episode and just hope that it fades into the woodwork. They are told to bus their children to a school across town. When they hear an African American is getting an advantage in landing a good job or a spot in a good college because of an injustice that they themselves never committed, when they're told that their fears about crime in urban neighborhoods are somehow prejudiced, resentment builds over time. We can tackle race only as spectacle, as we did in the O.J. trial, or in the wake of tragedy, as we did in the aftermath of Katrina, or as fodder for the nightly news. We can play Reverend Wright's sermons on every channel, every day, and talk about them from now until the election. We can pounce on some gaffe by a Hillary supporter as evidence that she's playing the race card. Or, at this moment, in this election, we can come together and say, not this time.
It's relevant that this man was a member of this church for 2 decades.
No, we've made it relevant.
And this fellow...
We've made it relevant here for the last 4 or 5 days on the network.
You could have your Tiger Woods. We've got Senator McCain. Senator McCain endured 5.5 unimaginable years as a prisoner of war. It took unimaginable perseverance, unrelenting strength. My friends, this is the real audacity of hope. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Senator John McCain.
Conservatives have to take the high road against Barack Obama, which includes stop pretending he might be an Al-Qaeda double agent simply because his middle name is Hussein. Someone this week released this 2006 photograph of Barack Obama provocatively dressed as Aladdin.
I mean, you really think that the 3 a.m. ad is a cheap shot?
The 3 a.m. ad is such a cheap shot. It's actually the first thing that's made me mad at Hillary Clinton. It almost made me as mad as the thing where she said, oh, as far as I know, he's not a Muslim.
When there's a crisis and that phone rings at 3 a.m. in the White House, there's no time for speeches or on-the-job training.
What exactly is this foreign experience that she's claiming? I know she talks about visiting 80 countries. It's not clear, was she negotiating treaties or agreements, or was she handling crises?
Finally, as promised, a special comment on the presidential campaign of the junior senator from New York. If Obama was a white man, he would not be in this position. And if he was a woman of any color, he would not be in this position. He happens to be very lucky to be who he is, and the country is caught up in the concept.
Senator Clinton. Senator Clinton has not fired former Congresswoman Ferraro.
Change. McCain is the candidate of change. He has ruffled the feathers of the Republican Party. What left-wing interest group has come out against Hillary or Obama for any reason? They got all the usual suspects. They got all the unions and all the wacko environmentalists and all the Hollywood crowd.
Wacko environmentalists, right?
All the wacko environmentalists. And
receive any support. I mean, John McCain is trying to run a publicly financed campaign. Now, that may or may not be.
Wait, is he going to run a publicly financed campaign?
He will if Obama.
He wanted to.
What President Clinton said during the South Carolina primary, comparing the Obama and Jesse Jackson campaigns, a disturbing but only borderline remark. After what some in the black community have perceived as a racial undertone to the 3 a.m. ad, a disturbing but only borderline interpretation. And after the moment's hesitation in her own answer on 60 Minutes about Obama's religion, a disturbing but only borderline vagueness. After those precedents, there are those who see a pattern.
Outrage tonight after Senator Obama blasts small-town America. Now, those remarks could seriously damage Senator Obama's presidential campaign. Bill, your reaction to these remarks this evening?
Well, it's certainly true that a lot of voters are angry and bitter over the war, over trade, over the economy. But
referring to voters who America has left behind economically as bitter isn't an insult. In fact, it's a compliment, acknowledging that they're smart enough to understand what's happening to them.
Pledge now that whichever one of you wins this contest, you'll take the other as your running mate. So I put the question to both of you. Why not?
Do you believe that Senator Clinton has been fully truthful about her past? A gentleman named William Ayers. He was part of the Weather Underground in the 1970s. Do you think Senator Obama can beat John McCain or not? Do you think Reverend Wright loves America as much as you do?
Okay, take a look.
Senator Obama, I have a question, and I want to know if you believe in the American flag.
Will you pull a bait and switch, sir, and enslave the white race? Is that your plan?
That is not our plan, John. But I think your paranoia might make you suitable as a debate moderator.
She need tonight? Is it double digits?
She's got to at least win by 3 points.
5 and lower is really to the benefit of Senator Obama.
She has to do a high or better. That's 10 points.
Barack Obama can lose Pennsylvania by 8 or 10 points and break even.
She doesn't just need a win, she needs a big win.
7 to 10 is the middle muddle.
if Clinton wins by single digits, we're in the twilight zone.
Hillary Clinton, 54.6%. Barack Obama, 45.4%.
It goes on to North Carolina. It goes on to Indiana 2 weeks from yesterday. Where does this end?
Why can't he put her away?
He can't close the deal. Every time he has a chance to deliver the knockout blow, he does not deliver.
So they're just going to keep going till June 3rd, and then what's left? They're going to be bloodied and bruised and lying there in the corners.
She pummels him, he pummels her.
He would have taken a bat to Hillary Clinton 2 weeks ago.
They tried to sort of strangle her. They tried for the kill shot.
You got to cut him up. You got to cut him down.
She whips him in Ohio. She whips him in Texas. She whips him in Pennsylvania.
Look, we got to kill her off, figuratively.
They vote, and that is part of the process, and an important part.
If we had the same system as the Republicans, I'd already be the nominee.
Open. I don't think it is open. I think if you look at the numbers, Barack has to really blow it in the weeks ahead to lose this thing.
So let's separate the bitter, my people, from the idiots. If you think the Democrats are going to take away your Bible, you're an idiot. If you think they're going to take away your gun, you're an armed idiot. And if you think they're going to take away your gun and give it to a Mexican to kill your God, you're Bill O'Reilly.